Imagine touching your washing machine and suddenly feeling electricity shock your hand. Or plugging in your computer and seeing sparks fly from the outlet. These accidents happen every year, but many could have been prevented by one simple electrical safety feature: grounding. Today you'll learn exactly what grounding is, how it works, and why electricians consider it one of the most important safety systems in every home. If you've ever looked inside an electrical outlet, you've probably noticed something interesting. Most outlets have two vertical slots and one round hole underneath. Many people know what the two slots do, but very few understand why that third hole exists. That tiny opening could literally save your life. By the end of this video, you'll understand what grounding actually means, why electricity always needs a return path, what happens during an electrical fault, how grounding protects people, why breakers alone are not enough, and why every professional electrician checks grounding before finishing a job. Let's get started. Grounding simply means creating a safe path for unwanted electricity to travel into the earth. Think of it as an emergency escape route. Normally, electricity flows through wires exactly where we want it, but if something goes wrong, grounding gives electricity another place to go instead of flowing through you. Many beginners imagine electricity as something intelligent. It isn't. Electricity doesn't think, it doesn't choose. It simply follows the easiest available path. If your body becomes the easiest path, electricity will travel through you. Grounding helps prevent that. Imagine water flowing downhill. Water naturally follows the easiest route. If a pipe breaks, water escapes through the opening. Electricity behaves in a surprisingly similar way. Whenever an easier path appears, current immediately follows it. Grounding is like installing a large emergency drain beneath the entire electrical system. When a fault occurs, dangerous electricity drains away before it can seriously injure someone. Every electrical circuit must form a complete loop. Electricity leaves the power source, travels through a device, then returns back to the source. Without a complete path, nothing works. But what happens if a live wire accidentally touches the metal frame of a refrigerator? Now the refrigerator itself becomes energized. Anyone touching it could become part of the electrical circuit. That's exactly where grounding steps in. Instead of waiting for electricity to travel through your body, grounding provides a much easier path. Current instantly rushes through the ground wire. The sudden surge trips the breaker. Power shuts off. Danger disappears. Notice something important. Grounding doesn't normally carry electricity. During everyday operation, the ground wire is usually idle. It only becomes active during dangerous fault conditions. That's why it's called a safety conductor. Every standard household circuit contains three important conductors: the hot wire, the neutral wire, and the ground wire. Each one has a completely different job. Understanding these three wires is the key to understanding household electricity. The hot wire delivers electrical energy from the breaker panel to the appliance. Think of it as the supply road carrying electricity toward the device. Without the hot wire, nothing receives power. The neutral wire carries electricity back to the electrical panel after the appliance has used the energy. It completes the normal operating circuit. Hot sends electricity. Neutral brings it home. The ground wire is different. It isn't part of the normal electrical highway. Instead, it's the emergency exit. Most of the time, nothing travels through it. But during an electrical fault, it becomes the safest route available. Now that you understand the difference between hot, neutral, and ground, the next question becomes even more interesting. Where does the ground wire actually go? Does electricity really disappear into the earth? And what exactly is a ground rod? In the next part, we'll answer those questions and explore how grounding systems protect millions of homes every single day. Many people think every ground wire goes directly into the earth. That's not exactly true. There are actually two different types of grounding you'll hear electricians talk about: earth ground and equipment ground. They work together, but they serve different purposes. An equipment ground is the green or bare copper wire inside your home's electrical wiring. Its job is to connect all exposed metal parts, such as outlet boxes, appliance frames, and conduit back to the electrical panel. If a fault occurs, electricity follows this low-resistance path instead of passing through a person. The earth ground is different. This is the connection between your electrical system and the planet itself. Usually it's made using one or more long copper or galvanized steel rods driven several feet into the ground. The earth is an enormous electrical reference point. It helps stabilize system voltage, dissipate lightning energy, and improve the overall safety of the electrical system. But contrary to what many people believe, the earth itself is not normally the main path that clears a household fault. The equipment grounding conductor carries fault current back to the source, allowing the breaker to trip quickly. Let's take a closer look at the ground rod. Most residential systems use a copper-clad steel rod driven deep into the soil. The rod creates a reliable electrical connection between the service grounding system and the earth. The deeper the rod reaches into stable soil, the more reliable the grounding connection becomes. Moist soil usually conducts electricity better than dry sand or rocky ground. That's one reason installation requirements vary depending on local conditions and electrical codes. Large commercial buildings often use multiple ground rods, buried grounding grids, or concrete-encased electrodes. These systems provide stronger, more dependable grounding for high-capacity electrical installations. Grounding and bonding are often confused. But they are not the same thing. Grounding connects the electrical system to earth. Bonding connects metal parts together so they remain at the same electrical potential. Both are essential for electrical safety. Imagine touching two metal objects at the same time. If one object is energized and the other is not, a dangerous voltage difference can exist. Bonding helps eliminate that difference by connecting metal parts together. Because all bonded metal parts stay at nearly the same electrical potential, accidental contact is much less likely to result in a dangerous shock. Now let's talk about one of the most common electrical hazards: a ground fault. A ground fault happens when electricity leaves its intended path and contacts a grounded metal object. Imagine the insulation on a hot wire wears away inside a washing machine. The exposed conductor touches the metal cabinet. Suddenly, the entire outside of the machine becomes energized. Without proper grounding, anyone touching it could receive a serious electric shock. With a properly connected equipment grounding conductor, the fault current immediately travels through the low-resistance grounding path back to the electrical panel. The large surge causes the circuit breaker to trip almost instantly, disconnecting power. The faster the breaker trips, the shorter the exposure to dangerous voltage. That's why proper grounding isn't just about code compliance, it's about protecting lives. Many homeowners believe the circuit breaker alone provides complete protection. But a breaker can only respond when enough current flows. Grounding provides the low-resistance path needed to create that high fault current. Without it, the breaker may not trip quickly or at all. Think of the breaker as a security guard. It can only react after it sees a problem. Grounding helps make that problem obvious by allowing fault current to increase rapidly enough for the breaker to detect it. We've seen how grounding, bonding, and circuit breakers work together to protect people and property. But there's another safety device that responds even faster in certain situations: the ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. In the next part, we'll explore how GFCIs work, why they're required in kitchens, bathrooms, garages, and outdoor outlets, and how they differ from standard grounding systems. Grounding is an essential safety system, but it's not the only one. There's another device designed to protect people from electric shock, especially in places where water and electricity can meet. It's called a ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI. A GFCI constantly monitors the electrical current flowing through a circuit. If it detects even a tiny imbalance, it can shut off the power in a fraction of a second. Think of a GFCI as a highly sensitive safety guard. In a normal circuit, the amount of electricity leaving on the hot wire should be exactly the same as the amount returning on the neutral wire. If some of that electricity leaks through water, metal, or a person's body, the GFCI notices the difference almost instantly. A typical household GFCI trips when the current imbalance reaches about 5 milliamps. That may sound like a tiny amount, but it's enough to significantly reduce the risk of serious electric shock. Many people think a GFCI replaces grounding. It doesn't. Grounding and GFCIs perform different jobs. Grounding provides a low-resistance path for fault current. A GFCI watches for current leaking where it shouldn't and disconnects power before the leakage becomes dangerous. The safest electrical systems use both. Imagine a damaged hairdryer falls into a sink full of water. A properly functioning GFCI can detect the leakage current and shut off power in milliseconds. That rapid response can prevent a potentially fatal shock. Because water greatly increases the risk of electrical shock, electrical codes require GFCI protection in many locations. These commonly include bathrooms, garages, outdoor outlets, laundry rooms, crawl spaces, unfinished basements. Always follow your local electrical code requirements. If you're unsure whether an outlet is GFCI protected, look for the test and reset buttons. You should also test GFCIs periodically using the test button to verify proper operation. Even experienced DIers sometimes make grounding mistakes. One common error is removing the ground pin from a 3-prong plug so it fits into an older 2-slot outlet. That small modification eliminates an important layer of protection. Another mistake is leaving the grounding conductor disconnected inside an electrical box. The outlet may still appear to work normally, but the safety protection is gone. Using extension cords or adapters that bypass grounding is also dangerous. Always use equipment exactly as designed and never defeat built-in safety features. Professional electricians don't assume grounding is working, they test it. One common tool is a receptacle tester, which quickly identifies wiring problems such as reversed polarity, open grounds, or open neutrals. Electricians may also use digital multimeters, insulation resistance testers, or specialized ground resistance testers to verify that grounding and bonding systems meet safety requirements. Testing ensures the system will perform correctly if a fault occurs. Imagine a homeowner using an older metal drill outdoors after rain. Unknown to them, the insulation inside the tool has failed. Without a proper equipment ground or GFCI protection, the metal housing becomes energized. Touching the drill while standing on wet ground could create a dangerous shock path. Proper grounding and GFCI protection greatly reduce this risk. Now consider a washing machine with a loose hot wire touching the metal cabinet. If the equipment grounding conductor is intact, fault current flows safely back to the panel and the breaker trips. If the ground connection is missing, the metal cabinet can remain energized until someone touches it. Let's review the key lessons. Grounding is not designed to carry electricity during normal operation. Its purpose is to provide a safe path during electrical faults. Grounding works together with bonding, circuit breakers, and GFC is to create a complete electrical safety system. Removing or bypassing any of these protections increases risk. If you ever notice sparks, repeated breaker trips, damaged outlets, missing ground pins, or signs of electrical problems, don't ignore them. Turn off power if it's safe to do so, avoid using damaged equipment, and consult a qualified electrician when necessary. Electrical safety starts with awareness. Grounding may be hidden behind your walls, but it's one of the most important safety systems in your home. It protects people, appliances, and property by giving dangerous fault current a safe path and helping protective devices operate quickly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more easy-to-understand electrical guides. Thanks for watching, and remember, electricity is powerful, but with the right knowledge and respect, it can also be safe. See you in the next video.